In the vast, untamed heart of the African wilderness, life unfolds in a constant, dramatic rhythm. Here, under the watchful gaze of a relentless sun, every day is a struggle for survival. The landscape is a mosaic of golden grasslands, dense thickets, and ancient rocky outcrops. It is a world of breathtaking beauty, but also of profound danger. Every rustle in the undergrowth, every shadow that flits across the plains, tells a story of life and death. The air itself seems to hum with an unspoken tension, a silent agreement between predator and prey. This is an arena where the rules are simple and absolute: eat or be eaten, fight or flee. Among the many creatures that call this land home, there are champions of survival, animals honed by millennia of evolution to be perfect hunters. They are the embodiment of nature's raw power and exquisite design. Their lives are a continuous cycle of patience, opportunity, and action. They do not hunt for sport or for glory. They hunt to live, to feed their young, and to see another sunrise. In this world, there is no room for error. A single misstep, a moment of hesitation, can be the difference between a life-sustaining meal and becoming a meal for another. It is a world of constant vigilance where every sense is sharpened to its finest edge. The sun begins its slow descent, painting the sky in fiery shades of orange and red. This is the magic hour, the time when the day shift gives way to the hunters of the night. The heat of the afternoon subsides, and a cool breeze whispers through the acacia trees. The sounds of the day, the chirping of birds, the buzzing of insects, fade into a new chorus. The deep, guttural call of a distant lion, the whoop of a hyena, the soft padding of unseen paws on dusty earth. This is when the true masters of the dark begin to stir, their ancient instincts awakening with the falling light. It is in this transitional moment between the light and the dark that our story begins. The wilderness holds its breath, poised on the cusp of the nightly drama. Two of nature's most formidable predators are about to cross paths, each a pinnacle of its own evolutionary path. One is a creature of muscle and grace, a phantom that moves through the shadows with lethal precision. The other is a being of immense power and patience, a silent constrictor that embodies the Earth's ancient strength. Their impending encounter is not an act of malice, but a simple, powerful expression of the will to survive in this unforgiving yet magnificent world. The leopard is the very definition of a solitary hunter, a masterpiece of natural engineering. Its coat, a stunning canvas of golden fur and dark rosette-shaped spots, is more than just beautiful. It is a cloak of invisibility. This remarkable camouflage allows the leopard to melt into the dappled light of the bush, to become one with the shadows of a tree branch or the tall, dry grass. It moves with a silent, fluid grace that is almost supernatural. Each step is placed with deliberate care, its padded paws making no sound on the dry earth. The leopard is a ghost, a whisper in the wilderness, rarely seen until it is far too late. This magnificent cat possesses a suite of tools that make it one of Africa's most successful predators. Its senses are incredibly acute. Large, forward-facing eyes provide excellent binocular vision, allowing it to judge distances with pinpoint accuracy, especially in the low light of dawn and dusk. Its hearing is so sharp it can detect the faintest rustle of a mouse in the grass from many meters away, and its body is a marvel of compressed power. Strong, sinewy muscles ripple beneath its spotted coat, capable of launching it into a sudden burst of explosive speed or hoisting a kill twice its own weight high into the branches of a tree. Our leopard, a powerful male in his prime, is driven by the primal urge of hunger. He has not eaten for 2 days, and the gnawing emptiness in his belly sharpens his focus. He moves along a well-trodden game trail, his head held low, his entire being concentrated on the hunt. His whiskers, sensitive feelers, brush against the vegetation, feeding him information about his surroundings. He is the embodiment of controlled power, a patient stalker who understands that success often comes not from a wild chase, but from a perfectly timed, silent approach. His world is one of scents, sounds, and the subtle signs left by potential prey. The leopard's strategy is one of stealth and ambush. Unlike cheetahs, which rely on blistering speed over open ground, the leopard prefers the element of surprise. It will spend hours inching its way towards an unsuspecting impala or warthog, using every bush, rock, and dip in the terrain as cover. Its patience is legendary. It can remain perfectly still for what seems like an eternity, a coiled spring of muscle and intent, waiting for the precise moment to strike. This combination of camouflage, patience, and explosive power makes the leopard a truly formidable presence in the African night. Deep within the same territory, another ancient predator lies in wait. This is the African rock python, a creature that seems to belong to a different, older world. It is a giant among snakes, a formidable reptile that can grow to astonishing lengths. Its body is a thick, muscular tube covered in a beautiful, intricate pattern of brown, olive, and cream blotches. This pattern provides superb camouflage, allowing the python to disappear completely against a background of leaf litter, muddy riverbanks, or the shadowy interior of an abandoned aardvark burrow. It is a master of stillness, an ambush hunter that relies not on speed, but on absolute patience. The python is a cold-blooded creature, its life dictated by the temperature of its environment. It spends much of its time conserving energy, often lying motionless for days on end. But do not mistake this stillness for lethargy. The python is always aware, always sensing its surroundings. It tastes the air with its forked tongue, gathering chemical cues and scent particles that tell it about any creature that has passed by. Its entire body is sensitive to vibrations in the ground, alerting it to the approach of footsteps, heavy or light. It is a living trap, perfectly designed to wait for a meal to come to it. Unlike the leopard, the python has no venom. Its weapon is its own immense muscular body. It is a constrictor, one of the most powerful in the world. When it strikes, it does so with surprising speed, seizing its prey in a mouth filled with rows of sharp, backward-pointing teeth. These teeth are not for chewing, but for holding on. In the same instant, the snake throws its powerful coils around the victim. With every breath the captured animal exhales, the python tightens its grip, a slow, suffocating embrace from which there is almost no escape. It is a primal and terrifyingly effective method of hunting. Our python, a mature female nearly 5 meters long, is positioned near a waterhole, a place where many animals must eventually come to drink. She is coiled invisibly amongst the roots of a large fig tree, her patterned skin merging seamlessly with the earth and shadows. She has been here for 2 days, a monument of patience. Her slow metabolism means she does not need to eat often, but when she does, she requires a substantial meal that will sustain her for weeks, or even months. She waits, a silent, coiled force of nature, for the perfect opportunity to present itself. The air is still and the python is a part of the landscape, waiting. As dusk deepens, the leopard continues his silent patrol. Thirst now adds to his hunger, and his instincts guide him towards the familiar scent of the waterhole. He moves with an even greater caution now, fully aware that water sources are dangerous places. They attract not only prey, but also other predators. His ears swivel, catching every sound, and his nose twitches, deciphering the complex tapestry of scents on the evening breeze. He is alert to the smell of crocodiles that might lurk in the water, or lions that might be resting in the nearby reeds. Every step is a calculated risk, a balance between need and danger. The leopard arrives at the edge of the clearing, his golden eyes scanning the scene from the cover of a dense acacia bush. He sees nothing but the still, dark water and the silent trees. The air seems calm. He takes another step forward, his body low to the ground, a fluid shadow in the fading light. He is just meters away from the water's edge, his mind focused on quenching his thirst before continuing his hunt. He is so focused on the potential dangers in the open that he fails to notice the one hidden right at his feet, a danger that is part of the very earth he is walking on. Suddenly, there's a flicker of movement. The leopard freezes instantly, every muscle tensed. It was not a sound he heard, but a slight disturbance in his peripheral vision. His gaze locks onto the base of the fig tree. At first he sees nothing, but his hunter's instinct tells him something is wrong. The pattern of the leaf litter and roots seems unnatural. He stares, his eyes trying to penetrate the gloom. Then he sees it, an unblinking, reptilian eye, a dark polished bead set within the intricate pattern of the python's skin. The snake, perfectly still, is staring right back at him. In that fraction of a second, the world shrinks to the small space between these two apex predators. There is no sound, only a powerful, palpable tension. The leopard, a creature of speed and agility, and the python, a being of raw, constricting power, have locked eyes. Both are hunters, both are killers, but neither had been hunting the other. This is an accidental meeting, a clash of two sovereigns in their shared kingdom. The air grows heavy with suspense as each animal assesses the other, a silent, primal calculation of risk, strength, and intent. The night holds its breath. The standoff cannot last forever. It is the leopard that breaks the silence. Driven by a mix of aggression, curiosity, and the instinct to dominate its territory, the cat emits a low, guttural growl that rumbles deep in its chest. It is a warning, a challenge. The leopard takes a hesitant step forward, then another, batting at the snake's body with a tentative paw. It is testing the python, trying to gauge its reaction to see if this immense creature is a threat or simply an obstacle. The leopard's claws are sheathed for now. This is not yet a full-blown attack, but a dangerous probe. The python responds not with speed, but with a display of its immense size and power. With a slow, fluid movement, it begins to uncoil, its massive body rising from the earth. The leopard, perhaps expecting a quicker, more frantic reaction, is taken aback by this deliberate and menacing display. The snake's head sways gently from side to side, its forked tongue flicking in and out, tasting the leopard's scent, gathering information. A deep, resonant hiss, like air escaping from a giant bellows, fills the clearing. It is a sound from a prehistoric age, a clear signal to the leopard. Come no closer. But the leopard's predatory instinct is now fully aroused. It sees the snake not just as a threat, but as a potential, if challenging, meal. It lunges. The movement is a blur of spotted fur and muscle. The cat aims for the snake's head, hoping to deliver a decisive, crushing bite with its powerful jaws. This is the leopard's signature move, the killing bite that can snap the spine of a deer or antelope. It is a gamble, an attempt to end the fight before the python can bring its own terrifying weapon into play. The air is split by a furious snarl as the cat commits to the attack. The python, however, is not so easily defeated. While its body may be slow to move, its strike is lightning fast. As the leopard lunges, the snake's head darts sideways, avoiding the cat's teeth by a mere centimeter. In the same fluid motion, it lunges forward, its mouth wide, and sinks its sharp, recurved teeth into the leopard's shoulder. The leopard roars in pain and surprise. It was not a venomous bite, but it was deep and painful, and more importantly, the python now has a hold. The first stage of the battle is over, and the python has drawn first blood, setting the stage for a desperate struggle of strength and will. The moment the python's teeth sink in, the nature of the fight changes dramatically. The leopard is now anchored, its advantage of speed and agility severely compromised. It thrashes wildly, trying to shake the snake loose, its powerful claws now fully extended, raking at the python's thick, scaly body. It lets out a series of furious, desperate snarls, a sound of both rage and dawning fear. The leopard is immensely strong, but it is fighting against a creature whose entire existence is built around holding on and squeezing. The cat's frantic movements only seem to give the snake a better purchase. The python, having secured its grip, now begins to do what it does best. It starts to wrap its formidable coils around the leopard's body. This is not a fast process, but a slow, deliberate, and terrifyingly strong one. The first coil snakes around the leopard's torso, then another. The leopard feels the immense pressure begin to build, a relentless, suffocating force. It is like being wrapped in a living chain of pure muscle. The cat redoubles its efforts, biting and clawing at the snake's body, but the python's scales are tough, and its sheer mass is overwhelming. A desperate stalemate ensues. The leopard's sharp claws and teeth inflict deep gashes on the python's body, causing it to bleed. The cat is fighting for its life, using every ounce of its feline fury. But for every wound it inflicts, the python's coils tighten their grip. The leopard begins to struggle for breath as the immense pressure constricts its chest, preventing its lungs from fully expanding. The python, too, is paying a heavy price. It is being wounded, and the energy required to constrict a struggling leopard of this size is enormous. Both animals are locked in a deadly embrace, and both are weakening. For several long, tense minutes, the battle rages. The clearing around the waterhole is torn up by the struggle. Dust and leaves fly into the air. The sounds of the fight, the leopard's snarling roars and the python's guttural hisses echo through the twilight. It becomes clear that there will be no easy victory here. The leopard cannot break free, and the python cannot deliver a quick final squeeze. Both predators, so accustomed to being the dominant force in their encounters, have met their match. They are caught in a deadly paradox, where their own efforts to win are draining them of the very strength they need to survive. As the struggle wears on, a subtle shift occurs. The initial fire of aggression and predatory instinct begins to fade, replaced by a more fundamental, more powerful drive, the will to live. The leopard, gasping for air, realizes that it cannot win this fight by force. Continuing to struggle against the python's coils is only hastening its own exhaustion and suffocation. The python, bleeding from multiple wounds and expending vast amounts of energy, senses that the leopard is too large and too powerful to be subdued quickly. The cost of this potential meal is becoming dangerously high. Slowly, almost imperceptibly, the intensity of the battle lessens. The leopard's frantic thrashing subsides into a tense, rigid posture. It is a tacit admission that it cannot break the python's hold through sheer power. In response to this decrease in resistance, the python's coils loosen ever so slightly. It is not an act of mercy, but a strategic calculation. The snake too understands that this is a losing battle for both of them. Victory might be possible, but survival is paramount. A silent, unspoken agreement begins to form between these two deadly adversaries. The disengagement is as tense and deliberate as the initial confrontation. The python cautiously begins to uncoil. It is a risky move. If the leopard renews its attack, the snake will be vulnerable. It slowly loosens its grip, coil by coil, while keeping its head poised, ready to strike again if necessary. The leopard, feeling the life-crushing pressure recede, does not explode into another attack. It remains still, gathering its breath, its body trembling with exhaustion and adrenaline. It understands that this is its chance to escape. The python finally unhooks its teeth from the cat's shoulder, and for a moment they are separate again. Without a backward glance, the leopard stumbles away. It limps into the darkness of the bush, its beautiful coat torn and bloodied, its pride wounded, but its life intact. The python, also bleeding and utterly exhausted, retreats slowly into the tangled roots of the fig tree, its massive body disappearing back into the shadows from which it came. There is no victor here. There is no loser. There are only two survivors. This encounter was not a spectacle for glory, but a raw lesson in the economics of energy and risk, a profound testament to the fact that in the wild, the ultimate prize is not winning a fight, but simply living to see